Gentlemen, Antonio here. Today I'm going to talk about one piece of clothing that if you wear it properly, it can instantly make you look like a badass. You ready for it? What do you think? Simply traded out one brown jacket for another brown jacket. The difference being this jacket is made of leather. Gentlemen, I've talked about it before. Leather sends off a strong signal of strength and masculinity. And guys, in this video, I'm going to talk with you about 3 things that you need to be looking for when you're going out there to purchase the perfect leather jacket. Now, leather jackets, you're going to see them ranging from $200 to well over $2,000. And the details I'm going to talk about here, you want to make sure you get those when you start to spend more than $500, $600, $1,000. And I want to start this off with a story. I've got 2 stories for you. I'm going to save the other one for the end. But I used to wear leather jackets quite a bit. Used to ride my motorcycle throughout eastern Iowa, and I'm heading to, I'm about 22, 23 years old, heading to a Marine Corps event, and I stop in Des Moines, Iowa to see a friend. We're at a diner, sitting there, and all of a sudden, a woman, I have no idea, very attractive, came up and put her number right between me and my friend, looked at me and said, "Hey, I am free all afternoon. I would love to hear from you." Now, I would just happen to be there. I just gotten off of my bike. I'm in full leather garb, and my friend just looks. I've never had this happen to me before, and I was amazed. And I think it had a lot to do with the leather jacket. And I'll tell you another story similar to that at the end of this video. The point being, gentlemen, that if you buy the right leather jacket for you, you're going to look great and you're going to feel great. Now, I support this with an article over at Real Men Real Style. I'm going to go into a lot more details there. Go check it out. I go into the leather. I go into various styles of jackets. In addition, I've got a really cool coupon for you with JL Roca. I've known about these guys now for a couple years. The jacket I am wearing right here, made from lambskin. Beautiful jacket, fits me well. You can pick it up over there at JL Roca. And I'll talk about why this jacket I feel suits my body type and makes me look great. But guys, go check out the article. I go into a lot more detail right over there. So tip number 1, make sure the jacket fits you correctly. There are 4 areas you're going to want to look for in a proper fit of a jacket. Number 1, the shoulders. Put it on, move around, almost put your arms up like you're riding a motorcycle. It should feel good. You should not have restriction in movement. The second area, and what's going to guarantee that this is actually you have full freedom of movement, is that the armholes are cut as high as you can stand them. You don't want it tight, but you want to look for higher armholes. Now, I can tell you, on a lot of lower end jackets, they're going to have lower armholes. Similar to a jacket, that you're getting for a sports jacket or a suit jacket, lower armholes mean that they can fit more bodies into it, therefore they could sell to more men. Higher armholes are going to exclude a lot of people, and they also are going to knock up the price, but they're going to give you more function, more freedom of movement, and that's what you want to look for. So the shoulders, higher armholes. The third area in fit is the chest. So you want to be able to put your hand in here, make a fist. Okay, if you've got room in there, you're good to go. If you can actually, if it's way too much room in there, you may want to size down, but make sure that you get the chest area fitted right. Next, we're going to look at the length of the jacket. Put your arms down, and you should put your arms up. Now, you should be able to, if you're riding a motorcycle, it's not going to go right up too far, and you definitely don't want it so when your arms are down that the jacket is fully covering most of your hand. Now, let's talk about alterations, because to find a jacket that fits you right off the rack like that is going to be hard. You may have had to compromise, and you got for something that maybe it's a little bit long in the sleeves, maybe a little bit long in the length, perhaps it's a little bit loose in the chest or in the stomach area. So you're going to need to go online and find someone specifically in your area or a place where you can send your jacket to get it adjusted. Those 4 items I talked about. Now, starting off with the shoulders, that's going to be the hardest to get adjusted. Pretty much you might as well buy a new jacket. The chest, you can somewhat get it adjusted. They can open it up here on the sides. The sleeves, they can shorten the sleeves. Understand that getting a leather jacket adjusted is going to be much more expensive. The reason being they have to use special equipment depending on the type of leather that the jacket's made from. Tip number 2, let's talk about silhouette. Silhouette is not equal to fit. Silhouette is how you appear from a distance and basically the general shape that the jacket is going to help form with your body. What you want a jacket to do is to enhance your natural masculine look. So it should build up the shoulders. It should slim up the waist. It should build up the chest. It should make your arms look proportional, and that's why the fit is so important. So a great fitted jacket is going to do do this. The beautiful thing with leather jackets, especially motorcycle jackets, is oftentimes they've got padding and they've got bits of armor in here in these areas, especially up in the shoulders, which is going to make you look taller. It's going to make you look stronger. It's going to make you look leaner. All of these things are going to make you more attractive. In addition, if it fits you well around the waist and if it's not too long, it's also going to enhance the buttocks. So small things like that from a distance and as your overall silhouette, it's going to make you more attractive, and that's why you want to pay attention to it. Finally, tip number 3, materials and build. Now, I go into a lot more detail here in the article. I'm really quick going to just shoot through this stuff because we have a lot to cover here, but this is where the majority of the price of the jacket. So the difference between a $200 and a $2,000 jacket, basically it's going to be the build quality and the quality of the leather, the type of the leather, which is going to cause the price to go up substantially. And gentlemen, country of origin is no longer just an indicator of quality, because I can tell you there are amazing craftsmen over in Mexico. There are amazing craftsmen in Pakistan. So if something says it's made in the United States, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a better leather jacket. It does oftentimes mean the price is going to be higher. So country of origin can have a lot to do with price, but it doesn't always have to do with quality. All right, gentlemen, let's talk about the leather. The leather is going to be the number one driver of price. Two things you want to think about when you're looking at the leather. What animal does it come from, and what quality, what cut are you getting of the leather? So let's first talk about the animals. And I'm going to start off with the most common to the least common going down. So we're going to start off with cow or bovine. You're going to see this pretty much, it is the classic. However, right behind that is lamb. This jacket right here is made from lamb. Lamb's become a lot more popular recently, mostly because it's a very soft and it's become more accessible. After lamb, you're going to see goat. You're also going to see horse, you're going to see deer, you're going to see pig, and in some cases you're going to see bison. All of these leathers are going to have unique properties. Now let's talk about the cut of the leather. There are going to be 3 popular terms that you're going to see out there used all over the place. You're going to see full leather, you're going to see top grain leather, you're also going to see genuine leather. Understanding the difference, and I've got this great chart for you right here. Notice how full grain is here at the top of the grain and pretty much only contains the grain. Genuine is going to be almost the exact opposite. It's going to contain more of the corium. And then top is usually going to be a mix. Now, the reason that full grain is often going to command the highest price, the reason that they do that is that these are coming from the skin of animals. And so as you can imagine, if a cow is rubbing up against a barbed wire fence, there are going to be certain cuts and scratches in the leather. And the most expensive jackets are going to become from perfect cuts, basically without many blemishes, and therefore that's going to be another driver of price. Now, when it comes to top, you can find some amazing top grain, leather jackets. However, understand that those are going to come a bit of a cut lower, and oftentimes they're not going to be perceived as high quality, but you can still get a great quality jacket at this point. Finally, there's genuine leather, and this is where it's going to be cut from the corium. Understand that genuine leather still can be great leather. In fact, suede comes from this. However, a lot of manufacturers, they're going to treat this the most. They're going to add in a lot of chemicals. They're going to perhaps add quite a bit of dyes, maybe even a plastic coating. So this is where you've got to be really careful. Finally, guys, I want to talk about fake leather. I don't recommend it. From what I see, it does not stand up to testing. It uses a lot of harsh chemicals. It's not great for the environment, so just stay away from it. Next up, gents, let's look at the details of the build. So we're actually now going to look at the zipper. It should go up and down smooth. Should be able to pull on it. It should look like this thing is not going to break. In the materials, in these small details like this is where a lot of companies are going to try to cut corners. Look at the stitching of the thread. Is this actually, is it all there? Is it look like, if you start to notice, and make sure whatever company you buy the jacket from, especially if you're spending more than $500, look at their return policy. Because all of a sudden, if this stitching starts coming out after a month or two, you want to be able to send this back. Those are the details that you don't want to, where some companies will cut corners. Next, let's look at the inside of the lining. The lining should be 2 parts, and they should use something like Bemberg. Basically, it's breathable. Also, the double lining having the body its own lining and then the sleeves their own lining, so if one tears, it can be replaced. All right, gents, that's it. Go check out the article. I go into a lot more details there. In addition, I've got a really cool discount code for you if you decide to go over to JL Roca and grab a jacket. What I love about JL Roca, he only makes about 24 pieces with each of the jacket styles. So if you want one, go grab it because they're going to disappear pretty darn quick. Again, a good company. I've been wearing this jacket. I love it. I've already gotten compliments on it. Speaking of which, compliments. Okay, let's get to story number 2. So I'm doing the Four Corners, riding my motorcycle around the United States, pretty much going to all lower 48 states, enjoying myself. Just taken a month of leave from the Marine Corps, and I'm in Yellowstone National Park. I get off my bike, and a woman, somewhat, attractive woman, comes up to me. She says, "Wow, that's a great looking bike." And, I really, I'm like, "Thank you." She's like, she looks at me, and I'm wearing, a full leather outfit. I'm probably in the best shape of my life. And she says, "Wow, your look, your outfit, it says come me." Guys, I was speechless. I don't know what to say. I would have to, though, attribute, because the only 2 times in my life that women have approached me like that and just giving me these type of compliments was when I was wearing leather. So take it for what it's worth, gentlemen. I'll see you in the next video.